Notiziario Italvideonews TV di attualità italiane in Irlanda con Concetto Lamalfa, Carmen Sant'Angelo e Maria Elena Basilici. Salvatore Pappalardo sulla strage in Kenya. Dr. Renato Sperandio, nuovo direttore dell'Istituto Italiano di Cultura a Dublino. Architettura palladiana a Dublino. Intervista col professore Pierluigi Scalia sulla PGM.
Buonasera e benvenuti al nostro notiziario Italvideonews TV di attualità italiane in Irlanda. Questa sera cominciamo con una notizia sulla strage in Kenya. A parlarcene è il nostro corrispondente politico Salvatore Pappalardo.
Dopo il terribile attentato del novembre scorso, con l'efferato omicidio di alcuni cristiani che viaggiavano all'interno di un pullman diretto a Mogadiscio, questa volta l'azione dei miliziani somali, conosciuti come Shabab, gruppo affiliato ad Al-Qaeda, si è concentrata con tutta la sua violenza all'interno del campus universitario di Garissa. Un piano meticoloso, curato nei minimi dettagli, che una volta attuato ha permesso al comando di Shabab di procedere allo sterminio di circa 150 studenti cristiani all'interno del campus. Una soluzione crudele che ha richiamato gli orrori della storia e che ha spinto il Papa a gridare con forza che lo sterminio dei cristiani non può essere ignorato, perché, come sostiene il predicatore della Casa Pontificia, nel mondo occidentale tutti rischiano di essere Ponzio Pilato.
Da una settimana l'Istituto Italiano di Cultura di Dublino ha un nuovo direttore nella persona della dottoressa Renata Sperandio. Prima del suo incarico a Dublino, la dottoressa Sperandio ha prestato servizio in 4 altre sedi all'estero, le ultime in ordine di tempo New York e Amburgo. Italvideonews le augura un sereno soggiorno e un buon lavoro a Dublino. Edifici e palazzi pubblici e privati di prestigio in molte città del mondo occidentale sono ispirati nella loro struttura a Palladio, il grande architetto italiano del XVI secolo. Anche in Irlanda questa influenza è alquanto vistosa in famose dimore quali Powerscourt House, Rosborough House e perfino Lucan House, residenza ufficiale dell'ambasciatore italiano in Irlanda. Ma a Dublino esiste un'assoluta gemma di architettura palladiana. Si tratta del Casino at Marino, sul quale Italvideonews ha recentemente prodotto un breve documentario.
Standing here before this magnificent 18th century building, nestled in an equally magnificent park on the north side of Dublin City, is something really special. It is the Casino at Marino, an architectural gem which in its structure and design is considered as a Palladian building par excellence. It was Andrea Palladio, a famous 16th century Italian architect, who revolutionized architectural design in that a building of note had to be inspired by the classical world. It had to be harmonious and in most cases symmetrical on 4 sides, just like this, the Casino at Marino.
So delighted to have you here, Concetto, to see our little gem on the north side of Dublin, our little homage to Palladio. Lord Charlemont, James Caulfield, went on an extended 9-year grand tour where he met Sir William Chambers the architect. Both of them had read the 4 books of architecture extensively and Vitruvius Britannicus, and that's why you'll find in the design and the structure of the casino an homage to Palladian architecture here in Dublin.
Who was the architect who built it?
The architect was Sir William Chambers. He was born in Sweden, he travelled as a merchant before becoming an architect, and he actually lived in Rome, would you believe, above Piranesi's workshop. So I think also Piranesi influenced him in relation to his worship of Palladio and therefore influence this building here.
I believe this building, although it's so small, has about, what, many chambers?
16 rooms. 16 rooms inside.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
The other aspect of it is that it copies buildings in Italy, like the Villa Rotunda, the Villa Capra. It follows Palladio's plan of having a basement, a piano nobile accessed by a flight of stairs, and also the setting. Each facade looks out to the countryside or to the beautiful panorama of Dublin Bay.
Per una vita serena senza le preoccupazioni del domani, per avere il mondo nelle vostre mani, Menton Insurances, l'assicuratore italiano per italiani in Irlanda.
And now, some interesting news from Sicily on a major collaborative research project. From the lovely town of Caltanissetta, Sicily, we heard the news of an initiative headed by the Sicilian-American scientist Professor Pierluigi Scalia, which is bound to make history in the specialized field of PGM, personalized genomic medicine. The project aims at establishing extensive collaborative research which will have an impact on the life of patients affected by complex genetic diseases, like cancer. Professor Scalia is an academic at the University campus Caltanissetta, Sicily, as well as an associate professor at the Sbarro Institute for Cancer Research and Molecular Medicine in the Department of Biology and CST, Temple University, Philadelphia, USA.
Professor Scalia, what does PGM mean and how does it differ from the way medicine is practiced today?
Personalized genomic medicine is a model, is a medicine operational model that has been pretty much made the way we mean it today pretty much 5-6 years ago, and is now pretty much a model that is used internationally. It comes from an initiative that has been promoted even at the political level in the United States, starting with now President Obama in 2006. And what that means is that the way we operates in medicine is now centered to the individual level. It means that the patient's information, everything that regards its data, its clinical data, its biological specimen and everything is centralized in a way that all physicians and specialists can actually act upon this type of information.
And this is for all type of illnesses?
That's correct, but the advantage in the case of the personalized genomic medicine is that thanks to a recent methodic that it's actually using DNA sequencing, we now have a powerful way to have in one single test all the information we need in order to characterize a type of complex genetic disease, and cancer, of course, is one of those that more than other type of diseases can definitely benefit out of this type of model.
Professor, you've been operating at academic level, at research level in the United States. What brought you back to Sicily?
That's a good question, as a matter of fact. It just occurred that pretty much a year ago, I got in contact with some physicians and scientists in this area of the Mediterranean, that, as you know, is in the center of the Mediterranean, that have collected a number of research specimens that come from all the Sicilian region, as a matter of fact. And the interesting thing is that Sicily, as not many know, is a sort of melting pot of different type of populations in the last couple of thousands of years. And this has an incredible value for research, for several types of research. In our case, in my case, that I study cancer, I am specifically interested to the fact that there's a number of baseline type of mutations in cancer that we inherit. And so this is sort of a goal of all modern medicine, the one pretty much established now. Many of these mutations are inherited versus others that are acquired. So we are now collaborating with this network here in Sicily in order to actually start a collaborative program that can be shared as well with other groups in Europe that pretty much would be interested in collaborating with us.
So it is practically a new initiative here in this part of the world, I mean in Europe.
That's correct. As a matter of fact, there's nothing in this part of Europe, which will be pretty much the farther south, for this type of initiatives. But again, it's only possible because now there are these donors, these patients that are more aware of the need to actually provide their specimen to research. But the good thing in a way is that with this new model, which is the PGM model, we can give back to the individuals information that regards their own health so that they can benefit out of this.
How can this type of medicine or initiative benefit the people living in Ireland?
This is another question that I believe actually has a sort of interesting twist, because it happens that Ireland has pretty much the same population of Sicily. We're talking about 5 million.
Well, really, yeah.
5 million is pretty much what we're talking about. So it's a sample that is pretty much the same. And the other thing is, of course, that Ireland is an island as Sicily. And so when you're talking about populations within islands, there's always an interest in the genetics of people living in this type of areas. And so in a way, there is some potential connection, if you wish, that could trigger specific collaborative and comparative studies in the close future. And I'm strongly interested, as a matter of fact, in looking forward to bring the research and the preliminary data that we're going to be generating in the next 24 months to the attention of the experts and scientists that you have in Ireland on this matter.
So most likely we'll see you in Ireland, in Dublin.
Well,
for possibly a conference or some seminar, whatever.
Well, hopefully so, and we'll definitely be glad to meet you again and our friends in Ireland as well.
Thank you, and thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you again. Bye.
Questo è tutto per oggi, vi diamo appuntamento la settimana prossima. Buonasera.